Hey Alan, this is your first workout video that I sort of send you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the rolling techniques, the exercises, and a little bit of cardio and stretches at the end. I'm going to keep them quite short, and I'm basically hoping what you're going to do is just maybe pause the video, go through the little section, and then just go through to the next one. All right, and I'm just going to try and keep it rolling, so hopefully the video won't be too long, and then you can just watch a little segment, and then do it. Alright. So first exercise. Haven't spoken into a camera for a while like this. Right. So we're just gonna roll out your quads first and foremost, and we're gonna target the outside of your quads, right? So we're just gonna get onto your front and just hit that outside portion of your quad. Maybe you want to roll the inside on your medialis, but we're trying to do the outside on your lateralis just so the inside muscle gets a bit more activation, or just relative to the outside more dominant quad muscle. Alright, so we're just gonna roll the outside of your quad there. You know how to roll your quads. Alright, so that's good. Still recording? Yeah, nice. Sorry, the screen just went off. So we're going to roll your quads, then we're going to roll your groin. Knee nice and high, just trying to get into the top portion of your groin there. You should know how to do that as well. And then we're just going to get onto your back, almost like we do every single week. Right, it's just roll your mid traps out. Just get that roller on the lower portion of your scapula there. Still recording? Yeah. And then we're just going to roll between the shoulder blades, just touching those forearms together, just trying to keep things nice and loose. Hopefully get that click into your back as well. All right, so those 3 rolling techniques. Give it a quick pause and get stuck into them. All right. I won't stop filming. I'll just keep. All right. Okay, so you've done the rolling. Now we're into the exercises, right? So the first one. We're just going to use the roller again for some thoracic openers. Like I said, and keep things nice and simple. Stuff that you've seen before and can do well easily. Right? So the first one, let's just start right. We'll just roll with your upper torso. We're just trying to take all of your spine to that extension. Bit of flexion. And we're just getting that, changing the arc of where the roller is, right, along different vertebrae. Just getting that opening up. And you're trying to give yourself that kind of double chin before you rock back. So we're not just compressing into your cervical spine, right? We're trying to give that neck retraction, so we're getting that nice rippling extension through every vertebrae, right? All of the joints there. All right, so we're going to do those just to open up initially, and then we're going to get one of your dumbbells out and just gently assist that little bit of movement there, right? Where we're going to initially let your back kind of bend, then we're going to tense and just open up, holding tension into your abs, a bit like what we do when we're just on the floor, except we're just going to get a bit more range back thanks to the elevation from the roller. Alright, so those are the thoracic openers, mixed in with some bent arm pullovers just to open things up. Then we're going to get your hip band out, right, the one that goes around your knees. Well, maybe do those exercises and pause it, and then get the band around for your knees, the next exercise. And then we're just going to get the band on, stand up, and we're just going to do some lateral walks with the band on first and foremost, right? So we're going to get your knees nice and soft. I've got a bit of my tailbone out here, bracing my core like I'm going to get hit in the stomach, and then I'm just going to step out to the side. And as I'm stepping here, I'm driving out with the knee, not with the foot like this. I'm coming out with the knee, feeling that glute activity, core activity. Just feeling that glute engagement, and we're just going to laterally go up and down the playroom until you're feeling a good burn. Maybe we'll do a few whips, good burn in the outside of the hip there. Okie dokie. Let's get that nice and active. Have a quick rest after a few lengths, and then after that we're going to be goblet. Well, no, not gobleting yet. Sorry. We're going to be box squatting. So you're going to use your buffet. Right, this is quite low down, but I don't actually want you to go too low down because it's more about your hips today than your knees. Right, so you would just be on the buffet, maybe the low side, and then we're just going to drive against the band, get your heels nice and close underneath you, get your shoulders over your ankles, and then just stand as we're driving against the band. Then you're going to keep the knees nice and soft all the time, good tuck on your hips, and then we're going to get your tailbone out, driving those knees wide as we're coming back down again, feeling that work on the outside of the hip again, right? So it's just building on that external rotation in your hip. Okay, after that, a few of those, get nice and warm. We're going to go weighted with that, so we're going to get into that goblet grip. Oh, yeah, just got a bit of grip, I suppose, yeah. Getting those elbows underneath the weight, so we're trying to almost push the weight upwards, but then we're going for chest expansion, so we've got that lock between your shoulder blades, elbows underneath the weight, external rotation on the knee, and then we're just going to push up, tuck on your hips, and then using the weight to stay nice and upright. Oh, nice and easy. Bang, we're just going to keep repping some, well, a few sets, right? So we're just going to do a couple of sets. Like I said before, we're not looking to burn you out, we're just looking to keep good consistency to your training, which is why we're doing three videos for you. Right, so 3 exercises there, all about the outside of your hip, getting your hip firing nicely. Okay, so have a quick rest, I've got to check what's next. Okie dokie. All right, next set of exercises after that. Hopefully you're feeling a good old burn in the outside of your hips. I already am, I wasn't even doing very much. So, okie dokie. So next one, we're going to use the buffet again. We're going to put both your dumbbells on it. And then this is about rowing, okay? So we're rowing. What you're going to do is just get your weight down into the dumbbell. Oh, you could even use the sofa, right? So we can leaning your torso over. Just leaning your torso over like this. You're going to keep downward pressure into one of the dumbbells, and we're just going to row. And this is just about tempo. We're just going to pull in and just keep a good tempo going, just like we're pummeling. And we're just going to keep that going. Just going to keep pumping, pumping. If that's too easy, right, we'll just make one of them nice and heavy, and we'll just pump out this side, and we'll just keep going on this side in a nice sort of 2 up, 2 down motion. Got 2 seconds to lift, 2 seconds down. The reason we're doing that tempo is for your cardio, right? The low level cardio. So this is like a little trifecta of cardio right now. We're just going to be pulling and hopefully just pummeling and just keeping going. Either on the sofa or the buffet, right? Just so we're down. We've got good back tension here, so we're not kind of arching your back, pulling up like this. We've got good scapular engagement, sitting your hips down. I've got that weight evenly into my feet, just pulling in. Obviously this way is fine, I was just trying to show you my back position. Right, so we're just quite close to the buffet, just rowing in and just working it out like that. All right, after that, same set, you're just gonna stand and we're just gonna start swinging pendulum swings. Do these all the time, but yeah, we're just focusing on that tuck on your hips, then getting your tailbone out, and then tucking at the top, tailbone out. And what we're trying to do here is not finish here, we're really trying to get a good tuck on your abs, so we get that good thoracic opening that you were doing at the start, just so we can open things up even more dynamically, right? So make sure we're not leaning over as we're swinging forward, keeping good engagement there, good tuck on your hip before we hit the top, just so we're not lumbar extending. Alrighty? Boom, third exercise in that, we're just going to get down onto your back, and we're just going to be doing some lumbar rotations, but through your T-spine, right? So maybe so what we'll do is we'll get the roller, we'll squeeze it between your knees, and then we're only working your T-spine ranges. So we're just going to get the middle of the roller over to the shoulder there, and then just working where you can feel your TVA working. We're just squeezing, feeling that activity as we shift over from side to side, and you're just going to keep that tempo going. All right, so those 3 exercises there, the rows, the pendulum swings, and those lumbar rotations, you're going to do that little triplet there. You're just going to do that for rounds and sort of quite tire yourself out. That's time to start sweating, right? Because your body's going to be in perpetual motion. We're going to be rowing, we're going to be doing upper body exercises, lower body exercises, and core exercises in a 3. And then just going to go for rounds, maybe sort of 3 to 5 rounds of that, and it's going to tire you out. All right, hopefully you'll be a sweaty mess by this time. Right, and then after that, quick break, probably have some water. And then we're going to be down for some post-workout stretches. First one is going to be the figure 4 stretch, where we're just twisting across, getting your whole body open. Pretty sure the fisheye lens can see me here. But yeah, we're just doing all those rotations, getting your torso nice and open, pulling across your body. All right, and then after that, we're going to be against the cabinet, figure 4 on your leg and pushing against it, and then we're driving the tailbone into the floor. So I know that leg's not against there, but you know what I mean, we're going to have your foot against the cabinet, tailbone driving into the floor, feeling the outside of the hip stretch there. Then we're just going to stand up. Just give your upper traps a good stretch. So we're just going to expand your chest, ear to shoulder, feel that stretch all down the trap, ear to shoulder the other side, We're going to work for sort of 30 to 45 seconds, just because this is post-workout, right? And then, so ear to shoulder, 30 seconds or so, or you can just do nice gentle lengthens and movement. All right, and then we're going to look over to the shoulder and down. God, I hope you can see me. We do this quite often, right? So we're stretching the upper trap still, looking across and down with the weights, just getting that stretch into the different portion of your upper trap there. All right, so those are the release exercises, bit of cardio and the stretches. Workout 1 in the bank. Cheers.